The Cleveland Browns thought they could silence the noise by sliding Shedeur Sanders quietly into the third-string role behind Dillon Gabriel and Joe Flacco. Head coach Kevin Stefanski believed the debate would cool down, that the spotlight would shift, that the headlines would fade. But instead, his decision did the exact opposite. It set the NFL world on fire because Shedeur Sanders isn't your average rookie quarterback. He isn't someone who shrinks when the odds are stacked against him. He isn't the type to fold when critics circle or when the media starts piling on. No, he's built for chaos, built for the cameras, built for those moments when everyone else doubts he belongs. And right now, that's exactly where he's living. The critics wasted no time after draft night. They laughed at his position, questioned his toughness, dismissed him as Prime's kid instead of his own man. When Stefanski confirmed him at QB3, it looked like the league's doubts had won. But Shedeur's response was cold, direct, and chillingly confident. He told the world he wasn't worried about depth charts, practice reps, or outside noise. His words were simple. When the lights come on, I'll be ready. And then practice happened. Cameras rolled, teammates watched, and one throw changed everything. A spiral so perfect, so sharp, so fearless that even his harshest doubters had to stop and take notice. What started as an attempt to bury Shedeur Sanders on the depth chart turned into a storyline that could shake the Browns' entire season. Because if his confidence really matches his play, then that depth chart isn't stability. It's a ticking time bomb. Shedeur didn't walk into Cleveland expecting an easy road. From the moment his name was called on draft night, he knew he was fighting uphill. Not because of his skill, not because of his work ethic, but because of the target on his back. The Sanders name carries weight, legendary, polarizing, magnetic, and for some, it's a problem. Instead of being embraced as a promising rookie, Shedeur was branded with doubt before he ever touched an NFL field. Analysts called him overhyped, critics labeled him a publicity stunt, and some claimed the Browns only took him for headlines. That narrative can crush a young player. But Shedeur didn't blink. Then came Stefanski's decision to slot Dillon Gabriel at QB2, while burying Shedeur at QB3. It wasn't just a coaching move. It was a message. We don't think you're ready. For a competitor like Shedeur, that was more than disrespect. It was a dare. And what the Browns overlooked is that Shedeur has lived in this role his entire life. Doubted in high school, disrespected in college, told he couldn't handle the pressure. Every single time, his answer has been the same. Rise when the lights are brightest. That's why this story in Cleveland is dangerous. The Browns thought they could hide him. Instead, they've set the stage for one of the most dramatic quarterback battles the NFL has seen in years. Sometimes it only takes one play to flip the script, and for Shedeur, that moment came in practice. At first, it looked like any other rep. He lined up, scanned the defense, set his feet. The skeptics leaned back, waiting for him to miss. They were ready to chalk it up as another rookie mistake. But then, with one flick of his wrist, Shedeur silenced the noise. The ball sliced through double coverage, a perfect spiral that landed in his receiver's hands for a touchdown. It wasn't just accurate, it was fearless. It was bold. It was surgical. The kind of throw whispered about in locker rooms long after practice ends. And the way Shedeur reacted told you everything. No theatrics, no chest thumping, just a calm jog back to the huddle like he'd done it 1,000 times. That presence spoke louder than any celebration. He didn't need to act surprised, because he expected it. Coaches exchanged looks, teammates nodded in quiet respect, and before long, fans who saw the clip online turned it viral. One throw, one moment, and suddenly Shedeur wasn't just QB3, he was the quarterback people couldn't stop talking about. The ripple effect from that single throw was instant. Teammates who had been stretching on the sideline leaned forward. Defensive backs who had been trash-talking earlier went silent. Wideouts cracked smiles and nodded. That kind of unspoken respect only comes when a quarterback earns it. Even Kevin Stefanski, a coach known for his poker face, couldn't fully hide it. The glance he gave his assistants said it all. This wasn't just another rookie making a nice throw. This was Shedeur Sanders, forcing the entire room to acknowledge him. And then came the fans. Within minutes, the clip was everywhere. Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. Browns fans lit up the comments. QB3? No chance. If this guy's third string, we're in trouble. The dog pound wasn't just excited. They were angry. Angry that their most electric rookie was buried behind Dillon Gabriel, while others were being gifted opportunities. And of course, the media couldn't resist. Local reporters rushed to write about the throw. National pundits joined in. Some praised Shedeur's poise, while others downplayed it as just one rep. But the fact that it sparked debate at all proved how much weight it carried. Then came the critics. Colin Cowherd wasted no time mocking the hype. But here's the thing. If he's warning fans not to overreact to a rookie, that means one thing. He knows people are paying attention. The throw didn't just echo across the practice field. It echoed through the fan base, the media, and the league. And now everyone has to pick a side. Because this isn't just about one throw or one rookie. It's about what it represents for the Browns and the NFL as a whole. Shedeur Sanders isn't competing for a roster spot. He's competing for the future of a franchise that has spent decades searching for a quarterback to believe in. Look at the Browns' quarterback room. Kenny Pickett, still inconsistent, still trying to shake the doubts from Pittsburgh. Dillon Gabriel, drafted higher, but already showing cracks in command. Joe Flacco, a respected veteran, but closer to retirement than reinvention. Against that backdrop, Shedeur feels less like a luxury and more like destiny. And that's what makes this Stefanski's nightmare. He craves control and stability, but Shedeur is chaos in the best way possible. Every highlight, every chant, every viral clip pushes him closer to a decision he doesn't want to make. Stick with the safe choice, or risk it all on the rookie who could redefine the Browns' identity. Because let's be honest, Shedeur isn't just playing for himself. He's carrying the Sanders name, the expectations, and the hope of a city desperate for something real. That kind of weight is bigger than a depth chart. The more he shines, the more ownership notices, the more ESPN debates, the more fans demand. And every day the Browns keep him hidden, the louder that pressure grows. The question isn't if Shedeur Sanders will get his shot, it's when. What happens the first time Dillon Gabriel stumbles in a live game? What happens the first time Kenny Pickett looks shaky under pressure? What happens when the offense sputters and fans start chanting a name that hasn't even taken an NFL snap yet? Once that chant starts, there's no putting the genie back in the bottle. And Shedeur knows it. His interviews make it clear. He's not worried about when. He's preparing as if it's tomorrow. That's not false confidence. That's belief born from experience. He's been doubted before, disrespected before, overlooked before, and every single time, he's answered with results. Why should the NFL be any different? The Browns might try to stall, but football doesn't wait. Injuries happen. Performances dip. Opportunities appear in the blink of an eye. And when that moment comes, when the lights are blinding and the stakes are highest, Shedeur Sanders will be ready. Because this isn't about proving he belongs. It's about proving every critic, every analyst, every voice calling him QB3 was wrong from the start. When he finally steps on that field, it won't just be another quarterback checking in. It'll be the start of something Cleveland and the NFL can't turn away from. From draft day doubts to Stefanski's depth chart gamble, Shedeur has been treated like a backup. But every word, every throw, every quiet flash of confidence tells a different story. This isn't a kid content to wait. This is a competitor built to rise. The Browns thought they could keep the storm calm by hiding him behind Gabriel. Instead, they've ignited a fire they may not be able to control. Because the more Shedeur shines, the more teammates respect him, the more fans demand him, the more media covers him, the louder the pressure grows. And once that pressure explodes, it won't just shake the quarterback room, it'll shake the entire franchise. This is about pride, about legacy, about refusing to accept the role others try to write for you. Shedeur isn't just proving himself, he's proving that belief, work ethic, and faith are stronger than doubt. And when he finally gets his shot, the NFL better be ready. The Browns buried Shedeur Sanders on the depth chart, but they forgot one thing. You can't bury a player who was built to rise.